Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is the flower. So I think students, you all, most of the people actually love the flower because it is very nice looking, can give fragrance, good fragrance, and by seeing the beauty of the flower, we can keep our mind and soul very peaceful. So, students, today our chapter is about that flower. So, plants are majorly classified on the basis of presence or absence of flower into flowering and non-flowering plants. So two types of plants are there. One is flowering, another one is non-flowering. A flower is a characteristic feature of flowering plants and is actually an extension of the shoot meant for reproduction. So flower is the reproductive part of the plants. Flowers are attractive and appear in different colors and shapes to attract pollinators who help in pollen transfer. Pollinators are the organisms which can transfer the pollen grains from one flower to the another flower, which is essential for forming the fruits and seeds or the fertilization. So a flower, also known as a bloom or blossom, is the reproductive structure found in flowering plants. The flower structure contains the plant's reproductive organs and its function is to produce seeds through reproduction. After fertilization, portions of the flower develop into a fruit containing the seeds. You all know that after the fertilization, the flower develops the fruits which contains the seeds. Now we will discuss the parts of flower. Here you can see the diagram of a flower. The main parts are labeled over there. This one is receptacle. Here it is not marked, but this one is known as pedicel. The stalk of the flower that is attached with the stem. Above the stalk, that is the receptacle or thalamus, which hold all parts of the flower. These are the sepals. These are mainly the green colored part. Protect the flower when it is in the bud form. So these are the sepals. These all the colorful part, that is the petals. Two reproductive parts, male reproductive part and female reproductive part. Male one is known as stamen, which contain two parts, this yellow colored one, anther upper part and the filament, and the female part is known as carpel. This middle one is known as the female part or carpel, which contains the stigma, this one, upper part, topmost part, the style, the middle one, and the ovary, the down swollen part is known as ovary. So carpel contains stigma, style and ovary, and the stamen contains anther and filament. Now we are going to discuss the all parts of flower in detail. So first one is pedicel. So what is a pedicel? Already I have told you the stalk of the flower is called pedicel. The flowers that have pedicel are known as pedicellate flower. Pedicel attaches the flower to the stem. So this is the function of the pedicel, which attaches the flower to the stem. In the picture you can see these all are the pedicel which attaches the flower to the stem. But you can see one thing, that in some plants, not all plants, from one point the flowers are forming in a group. So these single stalks coming from the flower is known as pedicel, and the bunch of these stalks form a structure, single structure. Actually this one is attached to the stem. This is known as peduncle. So all pedicels are bunched in the peduncle, but this peduncle is not there in all plants. It is there in the few plants only. Next is the part that is known as thalamus or receptacle. Here in the diagram you have seen this one is the receptacle, that lies actually the upper part of the stalk or the pedicel. Okay, this is the part, thalamus or receptacle, that actually can hold all parts of the flower. So thalamus, the terminal part of the pedicel, is called thalamus or receptacle. It is the condensed axis of the flower from which all the floral parts arise. So it can hold all the floral parts of the flower. It is swollen or flat or dome shaped or concave structure present at the tip of pedicel or the stalk of the flower. So many various shapes are there of the thalamus. The floral parts of a flower are arranged on thalamus in a ring-like fashion called whorls. So this whorls term is very important. Remember that, because this word will be used in so many places in the chapter. So what is the whorl? The floral parts of the flower are arranged on the thalamus in a ring-like fashion. This is known as whorls. So whorls are the floral parts of the flower. The thalamus supplies nutrients to the flower. So the main functions of the thalamus is to supply the nutrients to the flower, and also it holds the all whorls or the floral parts of the flower. Usually, there are 4 whorls or floral parts present in a typical flower. These whorls form outside of a flower to inside. The names are calyx, that are the sepals, corolla, that are the petals, androecium, that is the stamen, and gynoecium, that are the carpels. Already I have told that stamen is the male part and carpel is the female part of the flower. The 4 whorls of the flower can be grouped in 2 categories. You can see here non-essential whorls and essential whorls. What is the non-essential whorls? They are not directly involved in respiration. Actually, they assist. They help in reproduction but not directly involved in the reproduction. So example of these whorls, calyx and corolla, means sepals and petals. They are not taking part directly in the reproduction, but they assist in the reproduction process. Next one is essential whorls. They are directly involved in the reproduction of flower. Example, androecium and gynoecium. Obviously, the male and female part of the flowers are directly involved in the reproduction process. Now, first whorl of the flower is calyx. 4 whorls are there: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So first whorl is calyx. The usually green outer whorl of a flower consisting of separate or fused sepals. Sometimes sepals are separated, sometimes they are fused, means together. The calyx performs a crucial role for the flowering plant. As the flower is forming, it is closed tightly into a bud. I think you all have seen the bud when the flower is in bud form. The sepals are the outer covering of the flower as it forms and are the only thing you see of the flower while it is still in bud form. So when the flower is in bud form, the sepals are actually covers the flower and protect the flowers. You can see here it protects the developing flower and prevents it from drying out. So the sepals are group of sepals actually. These are known as calyx. Single term is sepal and the collective term of all the sepal is calyx. Now second word of the flower is corolla. Petals. Corolla is the group of petals. All the petals are collectively known as corolla. So petals are modified leaves that surround the reproductive parts of the flower. You can see this is the corolla, the group of petals. Together all the petals of the flower are called corolla. Corolla is a colorful part of the plant that has fragrance or provides nectar. Nectar is the honey from which honey is prepared. It is brightly colored in the plants that depend on insects for pollination. Its shape and color vary greatly in plants. So many shapes and colors of the petals you all have seen. The function of corolla is to assist in the reproductive process of the plant by attracting insects and birds for pollination. At the first only I have told that the flower is the reproductive part of the plant which is having the good fragrance and color by which it can attract the pollinators or the insects or birds towards it, which help in the pollination or transfer of pollen from one flower to the another flower, and by that pollination only fertilization can be there, and by the fertilization only, after the fertilization, seeds and fruits can be formed. So the main function of the petal or corolla is to assist in reproductive process by helping in pollination. Now next one is the male part or androecium. The androecium or male parts are collectively, the androecium or male parts of the flower comprise the stamens. Stamens are collectively known as the androecium. The androecium, each of the stamen you can see in that diagram. This is the stamen, single stamen structure, which mainly consists of two parts. Top part is known as anther, down part is known as filament. You can see here this two-lobe structure. Anther contains mainly two lobes. Okay? Two lobes, and these two lobes mainly contains 4 pollen sacs. So each lobe contains 2 pollen sacs. So two lobes contain mainly 4 pollen sacs. Inside the pollen sacs, 4 pollen sacs I think you can see here, and inside the pollen sacs you can see pollens are formed. Here you can see green colors. These are the pollens. So pollens are present in the pollen sacs that is present inside the lobes of the anther. So each of the stamen consists of a supporting filament and a bilobed anther. Anther contains pollen sacs in which pollen is produced. Production and storage of pollen grains are the two main functions of the androecium. It is the male reproductive organ of a flower. So the main function of the androecium is to produce and store the pollen grains by which it can take part in the reproduction process. Now the last whole of the flower is gynoecium. This is the female part. It is also known as pistil. So gynoecium or pistil, that is the collective term of the carpel. Single female part is known as carpel and group of carpel is known as gynoecium or pistil. So students, have to remember the single term also, collective term also. So the gynoecium or pistil is the central or the topmost whorl of the flower, usually terminating the thalamus. It is composed of one or more carpels. So carpels together form the gynoecium or pistil, collective form. The typical carpel has three parts. Already I have told you: ovary, style and stigma. In the diagram you can see this is the single carpel structure. Topmost part is known as stigma. Actually it receives the pollen grain. This is the style part through which the pollen can travel, and this is the downmost part, ovary, solen part, inside which ovules are placed. Here only fertilization takes place. After the fertilization, the ovule and ovary forms seeds and fruits. So the typical carpel has three parts: ovary, style and stigma. The lowermost solen part is the ovary which contain the solen body called ovules, which actually forms seeds after fertilization. Above the ovary, the carpel is protruded into a long or short style which ends in a somewhat rounded and usually sticky stigma. This one, sticky stigma, on which pollens are dropped. It is the female reproductive organ. It holds ovary which is transformed into fruit after fertilization. The ovules within the ovary are modified into seeds. So this is also very important part of the flower, which directly involved in the reproduction process, and after the fertilization the ovary form the fruits and ovules form the seeds. So these all are the full parts of the flower. Students, today we have discussed. Next class we will discuss the types of flower, function of flowers. Till then, bye and have a nice day.